A summer concert at the Coon Rapids Dam Regional Park ends on a bad note when the sounds of guitar and drums were replaced with sirens and flashing lights. With the odds against them, quick actions from strangers brought back the beat.
I started playing the music, and then midway or so, then my wife loves to dance, so went out there. Suddenly it was like I started feeling something rubbing my chest and stuff. And then that's the last I remember.
I noticed this one couple out there, they were having a lot of fun, and then all of a sudden I see him fall forward. His wife catches him, she can't hold him up, and he just goes down.
Tim collapsed and went into sudden cardiac arrest right there on the dance floor.
During the last song of a summer concert at Coon Rapids Regional Dam Park, a select few in the crowd turned their attention away from the band on stage. Tim Buck's heart stopped beating, but the drums did not.
People looked at him, turned away, continued dancing, continued on their way, or got out of the area.
But not Mitzi Kellar and her boyfriend Scott Madsen.
I got up and I went over to see if he was okay, if he was breathing, if he could find a pulse or whatever, and she said no, and then so I immediately went off to the side to call 911. And I didn't really know where we were, so I gave the phone to Scott.
Hello, how may I help you?
Hi, we got a man down at the Coon Rapids Dam in the pavilion.
Man down in the pavilion, is he?
Looks like he's having a heart attack. We need a medical. We need an ambulance.
Is he breathing?
He is a little blue.
I'm thinking, this guy's not going to make it if you don't get an AED.
Madsen went to find an automated external defibrillator, or AED, and Jennifer Fritz and Mark Snell went to the 65-year-old Buck and gave him CPR.
And they remembered their training and they stuck to their training, and they gave him compression-only CPR, which is the right thing to do. If you see somebody go down, they're in cardiac arrest, they're dead. They are clinically dead. The only thing you're going to do is help them. You cannot hurt them. They're clinically dead.
I noticed that it wasn't hard enough, fast enough. The repetitions, 100 beats per minute. So I'm going, I remember this video from Facebook that Staying Alive, the song, Staying Alive, Staying Alive, Staying Alive, Staying Alive. So I was laying down the beat.
The fact that one of the bystanders was singing Staying Alive in the background to help keep that cadence, that proper 100 compression a minute cadence, is amazing to me.
I'm sorry to say that the odds of surviving are fairly small. That chance is no better than 25% at best, and at worst, it could be in single digits. When the paramedics arrived on scene, they found that Tim had an abnormal rhythm, which required a shock. They went ahead, delivered the shock. Fortunately for Tim, that revived his rhythm right away. CPR was stopped and he was transported to Mercy Emergency Room. That's where I met him. So we decided to take him directly to the cardiac catheterization lab, which is where we go inside his artery and inject some dye into each of his arteries that supply the heart. And as a result, find out if there was a blockage. Right up here in this segment, you can see there's about a 90% blockage that likely was contributing to sudden cardiac death that Tim had.
Tim Buck was clinically dead, but those compressions providing oxygen to his brain along with shocks from the AED saved his life.
A lot of people would ask me, did you see the light on the other side? I said, no, I didn't see no light, but I only said as doctors when I got up, and I said that was quite interesting because, it was unbelievable. And they said I needed a quadruple bypass. And they said one of my arteries was 100% blocked, 80%, 70%, and I had no idea the severity of it, what was going on. I wanted to get out. I didn't want to go into surgery at all. And they said it's the only way and stuff because this is a real serious deal. Yeah, you're doing, and we got to do it right away.
Unfortunately, in situations like these, none of us get to choose what we really want. So this is what was best for Tim.
Tim Buck has many to credit for saving his life. Snell and Fritz used the training they received through the Coon Rapids Heart Safe program, brought to the area in late 2012 by its director, Brian Plotz.
I don't know if I've actually kind of wrapped my head around it yet. I always knew that one day, some way, somehow, that this training would come, into effect. I guess I never envisioned it coming into effect this perfect, where the way they described the save to me was exactly the way I teach them to do it. And I guess it's just a testament to how simple our process is, and how easy CPR can be if you just have the right mindset. Take action. The one thing that you should be doing, push hard and fast on the center of the chest 100 times a minute and try to find an AED or a defibrillator.
He had literally no end organ damage, and this could only be attributed for a very effective CPR program that was provided.
Tim now knows changes to improve his health need to be made.
Men are some in denial about certain things. They figure, well, that's just a little this and that. I probably was feeling in the chest and, getting in the bathroom, maybe, a little faintiness and stuff and grogginess at times. And I, just try to shake it off and go on and not think about it. So I think there was some warning signs that I just kind of ignored and was in denial and stuff, to tell you the truth. And it just came up at the dance floor.
I cannot stress enough about being adherent with a very regular exercise program. Keep taking care of your diets, watching your cholesterol, taking your medications, taking your aspirin regularly, and making sure that they follow up with the medical advice as well. That was something that Tim wasn't quite involved with, and he and his family certainly admitted to that. And I would tell Tim to spread the message out to all of his friends and family.
The general public, they should be checking a lot of their warning signs or anything coming up, be in touch, and also get involved with the CPR and understanding more about it and how effective it can be in saving a life and lives. And I think that's very, very important.
After weeks of rehabilitation, he's recovering well.
I've been feeling a lot stronger and stronger every day. I'm very, very thankful, and I thank God that they responded the way they did, and they were, got up there and stepped up to the plate, and they saved a life and family and a lot of different things, and they'll be really rewarded for it. So I appreciate that.
The collaborative rescue effort saved more than $1.
There's 5 grandkids that still have a grandpa. There's a wife that still has a husband. There's a child that still has a father. The ripple effect of what them bystanders did, the simple act of doing compression-only CPR, allows this entire family to stay whole. They've given another Christmas, another Thanksgiving. Every day from here on out is a day that typically 90% of the time, or 95% of the time, that this man wouldn't have had.
That was lucky. I'm thinking there was an angel watching over him.
Tim Buck, the walking miracle. He has the hand of God working with him, and there might be a reason why he needs to be around some more.
You can really appreciate, all the stuff that you have, and never take it for granted because you got another chance, because I could easily have been on the other side and stuff. So I'm just real thankful for that, and all the people that were there at the right time at the right moment. Otherwise I was history. So I thank God for that.
Tim and his rescuers plan to meet this month for the first time since his sudden cardiac arrest in July. For more information on the Heart Safe program and where to get training, go to our website at ctnstudios.com.